Hi, everyone. Welcome to week two. I've got your grades up for week one, and I thought I'd give you some feedback, overall feedback on the why we believe response. First of all, uh, this asked you to think about religion in terms of evolution and Darwinian theories of evolution. And I believe that is the grounding of thinking about religious studies. I always try to talk to students about the way these different spheres of knowledge in the university, they do come together and connect. It's not that human beings are one thing over in the natural sciences and something else when it comes to studying them in the humanities, but that these are linked ideas. And I think it's very important to begin the study of religion by recognizing that it does fit into the overall story of the development of life that we find in the natural sciences. There are two distinct theories, and as I graded your responses, I was looking for primarily that you could set out these two different ideas in some kind of clear fashion. On the one hand, there's the adaptationist view, and that's the idea that there was something actually positive in religion for human beings and their development, something that added to their ability to survive and do well. This is pretty easy to see if you think about it, that human beings, what allows human beings to work together and to rally together. It's it's large it's to some degree it's going to be religion and the symbols of religion. What makes our group different from that group? What makes us want to sacrifice as an individual for our group? Those, second you start asking those questions, you get into issues related to religion. The second theory was the byproduct theory, and that was that as the human mind evolved and got certain capabilities to look for agents, to detect agents, for example, um, at that point, and unlooked for development was religious belief and thought. All right. So as there's a clear advantage to being able to detect agents in the world, to guess what other living things are thinking, to be able to trap them or come up with a plan to defeat whatever they're doing or to catch this or that creature. Those are skills in the world, but the unlooked for result of those skills was an ability to think in terms of a God and religious beliefs. So these are two very different theories. Now, in reality, both of them are going to come into play to some extent or another. Um, but but they also, if you emphasize one or the other, you come to some fairly distinct views of how religion functions and what it's about. Now, the thing I want to say overall is that these are not ideas that go together very well with some kind of typical atheist arguments about religion, right? There's kind of this group called neo-atheists, and one thing that they would argue is that religion is basically a false story, a wrong philosophy that kind of human beings, that we need to kind of slough it off and be done with it. Both of these theories are rooted in evolutionary theory, but they take seriously the fact that the religion is rooted in some very core elements of the human experience. And as I talked about in my essay from before, that even if you could snap your fingers and be done with all the religious traditions that we know them as today, there would be new religious traditions that would emerge the very next day. So, and I think that's something that is important in understanding in these theories, is that religion is very central and core to the human experience. And whether you yourself are a theist or an atheist or undecided, following these theorists would say this religion is an important part of the human experience and not something that can be dismissed. Okay, I will talk to you again soon.